Hey guys, my name is Lucas. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Hololink. Thanks for tuning in. Today is the second day of our new launch of new features. Today I have a really cool new feature for the Hololink platform for you guys. It's a feature that I've been personally invested in for a long time, and it's a feature that really underlines our focus on making it easy to create interactive augmented reality experiences. So thanks for tuning in. Let's get started. All right. So the new feature that we have today is actually a further development on what I think is one of our most important features. You see, when you're creating augmented reality experiences, if you just show objects like static, either on an image or around the user, or even on the floor, just showing the object feels oftentimes sort of like a gimmick, and that's why we focused so much on interactivity. So when you take the objects and actually animate them and make them move around, that's when you really use the true superpowers of augmented reality. So today I'm really excited to introduce new feature, which is advanced animations. And for those of you who watched my live stream yesterday, you actually saw a preview of it in the location trigger demo that I showed you guys. So in that demo, some of you guys might have noticed that I had a 3D object, some fighter planes from World War II that was flying towards me. And in the old system, our old animation system, you could only create one keyframe or one frame. So you could essentially have an object that moves from one point to another, or scales up, or scales down, or rotates. But you could only do it from one point to another point. But what we are introducing today with advanced animations is, as you can see here, the objects are actually moving between several frames. So for example, this aeroplane, first it's spinning one way around, and then it's spinning another way around, and it moves not in a straight line, but moves like down, and then ahead, and then forward. So with advanced animations, you have so much more flexibility over the animations that you can create with our system. So the way it works is before you could only activate animations by clicking a small lighting icon here, and then you could have an object move from one point to another. But with the new system, you can actually create an animation down here, and then you can create several frames, so several locations or sizes, and then set the duration from frame to frame. And so all of a sudden you actually have a full animation system, almost like you do in Blender, or some of you guys from the film industry might know from Premiere Pro or After Effects. This feature is something that we really want to develop further. So please give us feedback on it. We actually added a small icon on the feature to show that this is a beta. So please give us feedback on it and let us know how we could improve this and what additions we should make to this feature. We also know that the workflow isn't perfect, but we feel like we got it to a point where it's actually usable. So, without further ado, let me show you the feature. So I'm just gonna open up the editor. Here you go. Whoops, sorry. And create a new Hololink. It's gonna be calling Mesmerizing Mouse. And then I can just hang on a second. I'm both live streaming and doing AR. That's quite tough on the on the Wi-Fi. All right, so let's create a 360 scene and add a 3D object. I'm gonna find the fighter plane from yesterday that I found on Sketchfab. Fighter plane. Let's see. I actually use both this model, which had like several planes in it, but there was also one that this one looks a bit cooler. Now it's just fetching it from SketchUp. There we go. All right, so now I have my object, and with the old system, you could just animate from one position to another. But with this new system, I can actually go down here under animations, and you can see this is an experimental feature. Click on it to add an animation, and then I can select which frame I want to edit. So this one is the origin of the 3D model. Let's say that's here, and then I go to frame number 1, and you can see it jumps there, and I can use the gizmo to move around. So it's, at least we think it's quite an intuitive way to create animations, and I can keep on adding more and more frames like this. Maybe I wanted to spin the other way around, maybe move up, and maybe in this frame it's gonna dive down. Maybe this is a bomber aeroplane. Let's see, and then it goes down like this. All right, and now I've just set the duration of each of the frames to 1 second. That might not be perfect, but let's just play it and see. Oh wow, it did some crazy spins here. So let me just go here and see. Yeah, I accidentally changed the x-axis quite a bit. So let me just, let's see, what is it here? Here it's 0, so, oh, sorry. In this next frame it should also be 0. There we go, let's play that again. Alright. Oh, that's spinning around the other axis. Let's see. There we go, and there we go. Let's see, is this spinner? Oh yeah, and then on this last one, let's see. So as you can see, this is one of the things that I really like, that you can actually, it's like you can see several points in time at the same time, because you can see actually the keyframes all at once. And I haven't seen this in any other 3D software. I hope you're gonna like it just as much as I do. So let's go to this last one. Oh, okay, yeah, we flipped it quite a bit. So let me just change it to 0, 0, and there we go. Cool. And I can set it to play backwards. And there we go. Or I could set it to loop, so it plays several times. Oh, now it loops backwards, but let me just set it to loop forward. There we go. Or I could have it go back and forward like this. And back again. And then it's just about changing with the duration to make it feel right. Maybe this first part is a bit too quick, so I'm gonna set that to maybe 2. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna set this first part to, let's say, 2 seconds. And then maybe I want this to be like really quick, so I'm gonna set that to 0.2. And let's see. Oh. And of course I can animate several objects. I can actually animate anything in the scene. So I could also add a video and animate that to make it move around, or maybe just to to appear. Let's say I want it to appear after a couple of seconds. So I would set the first frame with the stretch to 0, and then the second frame, this stretch would be 1. And then here I'm gonna add a delay, so maybe after 5 seconds, maybe that's a bit too long, 3 seconds. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then of course I need to change the starting point, which I can do up here. So now it starts from 0, and then it waits 3 seconds. You can see nothing has changed from this position to this position, and then after 3 seconds, it stretches from 0 to 1. Let's see there. Oh, and you can actually see that I did change something from the first frame to the second frame. Let me just make sure that it starts at 0, 0, 0, and here it's also going to be 0, 0, 0. There we go, and then in this one it should be the same. There we go. Yeah, I could play with this for hours. I'm not going to do that on this stream, but yeah, that's it. That's advanced animations. It gives quite a lot extra flexibility and possibilities with the editor. I hope you're going to like it, and please give us feedback on this feature. What additions to it would you like to see? And we'll keep improving it. Thanks for tuning in. Later today, I'm going to be introducing the last of our 3 new features, so stay tuned and see you around. Bye.